It's like where it is matters. Weather and the sun can cause the black layer of the chaga to fall off from year to year, so it may grow out a little bit, but then it'll slough off on the outside. Well, it really does grow out, but then some of it falls off and dies back. Out here, mostly peaches and beach plums. That's a beach plum, and all those small ones are peaches, peach. And then I have a row back there of American plum. Other stuff. There's a lot of things here. A lot of things. These humps right here and here are so-called biomass gardens. I have these two, and then there's one over there, and then I have a couple real big ones over there, and then one over in the woods, and a couple down by my little pond. And they're not all made exactly the same way. You know, the thing about this is, my dad in 1972 or 3 bought this 120 acres of land with a house and sheds for $20,000.
Times have changed.
Yeah, I know a lot of times 1 acre of land is more than that. And I have cleaned it. You know, getting the dirt out, because it used to catch dirt and needles down in here, right? And it would get kind of funky in there, so I clean it out, get the dirt off, let it grow. And then this logger's helper went and took the chaga from me, and I was not happy about that. But in a relatively short few years, though, it has grown back, and it's actually a pretty nice chaga to come out good here too. So,
wow.
You see what I mean about the black stuff sloughs off on these things so easy. So, and considering the health of this tree looks passably good, you could probably cut this off again and expect it to grow back a third time, because I have done that. It was actually over here quite a ways down through the woods where I got a chaga in the exact same spot 3 times over 11 years, and then the tree cashed in. I might see one over there that I noticed. Take a look. Discovering new chaga on my property after years and years.
Nice.
Maybe.
I'd be proud to be here for that.
Dude, I don't even understand what's going on here. This tree looks like it might be dead. I think it is dead.
Yeah.
And this is one of those, like from your video, a scarred by a logger kind of tree.
Oh, yield. Yeah.
Look, there is some chaga here. A little bit. It's dead. It's old. There it is. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And look, here's one here too. A little bit of one. And this tree is dead. You know, a lot of these trees here in the 1970s were like this here, you know, short little trees. They weren't much. There's an internet resource that's historical maps, aerial maps, that is to say.
Yeah.
And I was actually able to see, going back to about 1954, aerial maps of this property. And back in the 50s, this was all logged hard.
Yeah.
And that's why the hole that was in the woods where my house was, because it was the logging yard.
I was surprised to see how much Maine had been logged over time.
It's logged all over. When you drive down Route 17 here and going home, and you look on the right, you might be able to see in the woods that there's a lot of cutting going on, because what the logging guys do is they do what they call beauty strips.
Yeah.
20 or 30 feet, that they don't cut it all along the edge of the road. So when you go by, you don't notice that the whole inside is hollowed out.
Unless the sun's on the backside.
Yeah, hollowed out. Right in there, it grew a scar right here. And this particular one You can't see a reaction from the tree as much on this one as you can on a couple others that are right here too. See little nubs of chaga, one here and one here, little bits left over. And in fact, you know how they say after the tree dies it's over for the chaga?
Yeah.
Not right away. Not right away, because this actually grew a little bit after the tree was dead. But see now, this tree I think is going to have the fruit body show up pretty soon, which means the bark is going to split somewhere, and I think it might actually be right here where it's all swollen out, but this may split. The pores that run along the edge of the wood will be showing, and it will release those spores. But eventually I think this is what's going to happen, is that this bark will split open. It'll open up just like a door, and the fruit body will be underneath. Here, this bubbly part, I'm not too sure about this, because this could be something to do with chaga, or it may be Homus excavatus. That's what we're calling it these days. Excavatus.
Okay.
They just changed the name a few years ago. Particular polypore is the best fire-carrying mushroom there is.
Yeah.
For real.
Interesting.
Once these things dry out, you get a little flame into those pores, and one of those mushrooms will burn. I've seen them go, when I've done them here at the house and for pictures for Facebook, they usually last 30, 40 minutes, but at a walk that I did up in northern Maine, I brought a whole bunch up and had all the people at this like survival school, start them going. And there was one of them that went for almost 4 hours.
Oh yeah. Is that what that Iceman supposedly had?
Yes.
With him?
He had this.
Yeah.
And he had the birch polypore, which was on that tree we saw in the woods. Look at this here. Where are we? Where are we?
Oh yeah.
Pores.
Wow. No kidding. Yeah.
Pores. Pores. All that's pores.
Wow. That is interesting.
There's some other place on here that, oh, see, look at that. Pores. Pores right on Chaga.
That is crazy. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've never seen it anywhere.